This video is a part of a video hop called Cindy's Crazy Art Challenge. Here's what it's about. She says, "I'm so excited to do this hop with you all. When I was on vacation, I found this really neat piece of art. Then I found another. Well, needless to say, I ended up with 6 total. An idea began to form in my head about using this piece for inspiration, and hey, let's do a video hop." This video is part of a video hop, Cindy's Crazy Challenge. After watching my video, be sure to check the description box below where you can find the links to the rest of the videos in the hop. I bet you all want to see the art that she found. Well, here it is. So I said, yes, I'll take that challenge. Cindy, in the round robin hop, sent along. They got to me these wonderful painty papers, and I have been using them on my art journal pages. I've been having so much fun with them. But I will come back when the piece is finished and talk about this piece and my interpretation of it. I'm really looking forward to doing this. So let's get started. Now, do you see where I'm going with this? I am cutting out shapes of this very interesting lady. I am interpreting the painted papers that Cindy sent me that would correspond to the color and the shape of the pieces on here. For instance, the scarf. Cindy had sent me a tag that had a lot of the same colors that were in this scarf. The yellow on that yellow page forms the base of her face. Her bosom here had to be cut out of this piece. So the one thing that I want to do to this, though, I'm going to keep these pieces together. I am doing a mirrored image. There will be 2 of these ladies on this page, and I'll explain that later. I really, really like this background. But when I put this on here, I need these ladies to stand out. So I'm going to put a wash over this. Now I have all my pieces cut out. The background, I think, is a little bit too gold for me now because I wiped out a lot of the beautiful painting that Cindy did. So this screen printing ink is water soluble, so I can bring back some of that background color just by wiping it off. page is finished. I am really happy with how it turned out. But before I talk about the page that I did, I want to talk about the piece of art that Cindy sent to us. Now, when I first opened the envelope, I looked at it, and what immediately caught my eye was all the dark lines on here, the dark areas, the dark lines along her face, her dark eyebrows. My immediate thought was stained glass. And I think I did that in a sense, but not totally. And then I thought, well, this is a very abstract piece, very graphic in style. What immediately catches your attention, of course, are her eyes and this portion of her face. You have this eye, which is looking inwardly off in this direction, while the face is looking outward. And I'm going, okay, she's got an attention out there and she's thinking about it. And yet, this side of her face appears to me that she's listening to something, maybe some music, or listening to a book, or listening to a conversation, perhaps listening to an instructor. And her attention is focused in this direction. And I think that she's in thought because of the way she's holding her hand against her head, almost in the style of the thinker. I really like these broad areas, and let me tell you, what I like about them most is when I did my page over here, I used the painted papers that came in the round robin box, and they were done by Cindy. What I really like about it is I received this long before I received the painted papers. Cindy had no idea when she sent this to me that the papers that she later put in the round robin box would wind up in my possession. But I was able to take those beautiful painted papers and put them together and find pieces that relate to the areas on this page. To me, it's very much of a composition, a composite page. And that goes with my entire 2017 composite art journal. I love taking unrelated things that come into my life at different times and putting them together on a page and watch what happens. It just amazes me every time something cool like this happens. Now let's talk about why I did 2 of these. And I used papers that Cindy sent that I could match up to the areas on the piece. Like she had a purplish reddish tag that she had done painted papers, and so I was able to use that for the scarf or blouse of this lady. She had a purple and blue, it looked like it was a jelly print, and I really loved how those areas formed the bodice. She had beautiful coral that I used for the areas down here of the skirt. So why did I use the telephones on here? Well, I was thinking, this lady reminds me, now this may be a little bit negative, but have you ever gone to lunch with somebody and they talk on their phone the entire lunch? They want to have lunch with you, but yet their life is just so busy that they cannot avoid taking that phone call. And so their attention, they're with you, but they're with the person on the phone, and yet here they are in their own world, processing the whole world that's happening around them, and you're just kind of on the sidelines watching it happen. You don't feel like you're at lunch with this person. And then I thought, well, you know, that's true, that happens, but what if both people in the lunch did that? So I mirrored the image, and I have 2 ladies. I found the cell phone in a magazine, I think it was for Jitterbug. And so I have them both on the cell phone, both conversing with each other, both having their thoughts going inward, both looking out, listening to the world around them, and yet their intention, they got together for coffee. They wanted to connect. Supposedly they're connecting. What they want to happen is what's happening down here. These two ladies are connecting. They're having coffee. You get the feeling that these two ladies are together and they are conversing with each other and they are connecting. That is what these two ladies wanted to happen, but in our world today, it's so fast-paced. There's so much happening in our lives, we don't get to this point to where we're fully listening to those around us. These ladies are so busy that even though they're trying to connect, they can't quite get there because they have all these distractions. And I really like how I was able to bring all these elements together, unrelated elements, and relate them into a piece that tells the story of how I interpreted this piece, at least in this instance. I had a lot of fun doing this. I will see you on the next page.